So towards the end of the contract, I do note that you guys have your completion and possession dates. Is there a certain period of time that you should give yourself between, let's say, your subject removal and your completion date, or can you do it on the same day, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, you'd want to give enough time from the subject removal to affect the completion date. So that, I mean, in the period in the interim, you might need to do things such as, well, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe going back, when you remove subjects, you know, there may be more than one subject. So there may be subjects such as financing. So once you've obtained financing, there may be another subject to, you know, that requires you to get an inspection report, all of which need to be completed before the transaction can be executed. And once, obviously, all the subjects have been removed, then completion date can actually go forward. So obviously, you want to leave yourself enough time from finishing all those subjects to be comfortable going forward with the transaction and then executing the transaction, which occurs on the completion date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and plus there's other people that are involved at that point. Usually your lawyers are going to be involved. So if you have the subject removal date, you know, the day prior to completion, that leaves 1 day for your lawyers to finish all the paperwork, to contact the bank if you need financing, as a buyer, to contact the bank for the discharge if you're the seller. There's a lot of stuff that happens in between what you should do and what you need to do to actually complete the transaction. So generally, I would say at the very least, you should probably have at least 1 to 2 weeks, because there are things in between that need to be done. Even for the purchaser themselves, they'll have to get the money. And often a lot of people don't want to do that until the contract actually is binding, and that occurs only after subjects are removed if you have subjects.